Hi, um, my name is Bex, and I'm starting a new YouTube channel. I do have another channel, it's Hollyhock Sews, I'll put it on the screen, but that is all strictly my sewing stuff, and I decided I needed a second channel because I'm going through a style transformation, and not everything I wear is sewing related, and I would really like to keep those separate. Sorry if I keep looking at myself, I'm in selfie mode, so it's really hard to resist looking. Um, Essentially, I am a 28-year-old stay-at-home mom. My two children, I have two boys. The youngest one will be a year in May. So I do still have a postpartum body, but I am not working in an office at the moment. So I don't have to dress professionally. And I've realized that as long as what I'm wearing is comfortable and something that I'm able to chase my children in, I can wear whatever I want. I've never really had that luxury before. I've kind of always leaned a little bit alternative. If I had been allowed to do it, I probably would have been gothic in high school. My mother flatly said no. I also was really into hippie styles. I wore a lot of like really drapey things. I went through a pinup phase where I wore mostly 1940s stuff. I've done a lot of things. I was a model in a historical fashion show at one point. I mean, it was like a traveling one. I was in it for I think a couple of years. Anyway, essentially the style that I'm going to be trying to trade into, I'm calling time traveler. And the reason I'm calling it that is because I personally don't like the term history bounding. To me, that sounds like you're cosplaying, and I intend for this to sort of be how my wardrobe just is. So it's not going to be cosplay, it's just going to be the way I dress. I'm calling it time traveler because in my mind, the best outfits, the best wardrobes are kind of based around a character. And yes, that does instinctively sound like a costume, but I think it's more to do with the way that costume designers in films work with personality types. So when I'm thinking of a character that's a time traveler, I'm either thinking of someone who's very clever and who pops in and out of time with, a suitcase of clothing and is able to pull the things they have and recycle their trends so that they fit in. Or I'm thinking of somebody who's very long-lived and has a select wardrobe of things that they've kept from all their favorite, you hold on to those really expensive favorite things. And you would if you were a time traveler. So if you were long-lived, you would have kept your jewels. You would have kept your great shoes that you loved, And then when the trend came back, you'd pull them out. So it's one of those two characters. I haven't decided what. I'm also inspired by the actors in the background of fairy tale movies, the live action ones, with the bright colors and the vests and that kind of thing. But I don't want to be a caricature, if that makes sense. And I'm also inspired by the Mori, put it on the screen, movement in Japan that sort of looks like a librarian woodland sprite kind of character. But I like the layers, I like the earth tones, I like the natural fibers. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. This new channel is going to be sort of outlining what my closet looks like now and how I intend to move forward with it. With me doing sewing, I do have the luxury of being able to just kind of imagine what I want and then make it. I have a very extensive pattern stash. I have lots of fabric. So if you're at all interested in that, go over to my sewing channel and I'll go through pieces as I make them. If you stay on this channel, you'll still get to see them, but it'll be more in a trends and outfits kind of way. This channel is also going to be featuring thrift hauls as they come up, and I would also like to sort of go through different decades and the different trends that I like for me personally. And if I have anything in my wardrobe currently that goes with that trend, I will show it to you. and explain how I personally would relate to that trend. If I don't, I will explain why or why not. So I am, postpartum body. I'm also pear-shaped. So you have to keep that in mind. There are certain trends that will not work for me that might work for you. So you've got to keep that in mind. And I will be doing Pinterest boards to keep on this channel, and it's going to be under the same name as the channel. So if you're at all interested in specific things after my videos, I'll be compiling the boards as I go. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I'm planning to tack on a thrift haul at the end of this. I'm going out with my sister-in-law tomorrow. We're gonna go see Emma. I'm very excited about this. And we're gonna hit up the Goodwill because we rarely ever get to go out together. She and I have been friends since high school. So we're gonna go do some things. I'm gonna see if I can find, goodness. Sorry, it's almost midnight and my makeup has been on for 10 hours now, I think. I don't look great, but that's beside the point. Anyway, I'm going to be looking for, specifically, I'm wanting a pair of boots that look Victorian. I live in Florida, so a lot of the time, as soon as it starts getting warm again, people donate everything. This is a good time of year to start looking. We only get maybe 2 months of cold weather here, and everyone way overcompensates. So you end up being able to find cashmere for several months out of the year. You're able to find, lots of things. So I'm looking for Victorian style boots. I'm looking for vest. I have patterns to make vests, but I would like to just purchase one if I can find one to see how much I wear it, because making vests the way I would want them is going to be a time-consuming project. I have it on my short list on my sewing channel, but I haven't toiled it yet. For those of you who don't know, don't sew. Toile means basically a mock-up that you make prior to making the finalized version, so you don't waste your expensive fabric. So I haven't done that yet, and I would like to just purchase one so that I can wear one around and make sure I really enjoy wearing one, tweak fit, and yeah. I think on this channel I will also go over like jewelry trends and how they come and go, and different like shoe trends, makeup trends, things that you can incorporate. And I think, as silly as this sounds, I'm going to be sort of making up a story for my character as we go, and I might overlay it as narrative if I do outfit videos. I don't know. I'm kind of taking this as part of my new hobby, so yeah. We'll see how I do. I'll be back after I thrift. Bye. So I'm back. Excuse how tilted you are. My tripod is broken. Also, we're renovating our house, for those of you that are not watching me on my other channel. So yeah, I mentioned it several times there. We're not showing footage of us renovating it because we're doing it slowly, but that's why the drywall is the way it is. It's not finished. I wanted to mention real quick, I wore this today. This is by a little company on Etsy called Psyche Minerals. It's the lipstick I have on, well, lip gloss. This is called Artist's Garden. I'm pretty sure she still has it on her shop, and it is so nice. It's like not at all sticky and has a nice amount of color. You can build it up or leave it real sheer if you want. And I really like her products. She does really nice loose pigment kind of eyeshadows. I've used quite a few of those. She has some blushes I haven't tried, but I love all of her products. And very friendly lady. Anyway, I got dressed this way to go and see Emma today. We ended up not seeing it. We got caught up thrifting and lost track of time. And then we didn't make it to the theater. So we ended up just staying and thrifting, and we both ended up with quite a few things, actually. It's been a while since I was able to find that many things all at once. I spent too much money, but that's beside the point. Just a few details of my outfit today. This poofy sleeved top was made by me. On my other channel you can get more details, but it's all thrifted materials using a 1970s pattern. But the reason I picked it was because it sort of, to me, read Regency Revival. The pattern itself is from the 70s, so it doesn't have the underbust seaming like Regency dresses would, but I thought this kind of gave that vibe. This is a thrifted pin. It's not real. The earrings are from an Etsy shop. My mother gave them to me for Christmas. If I can find it, I'll link it down below. But these are, I think they're Tudor inspired if I remember correctly. But they also sort of match a Regency style of earring that I saw on Pinterest. So I'll link the Emma inspired outfits board down below if anybody's interested. There's not a whole lot on there, but I tried to grab a few images last night. I put flowers in my hair. This is just a little comb. I just have my hair up in a ponytail. Put that in. I had those braids in yesterday and I thought it would make really pretty waves, but my hair is not cooperating today. So anyway, that's not why I wanted to hop on. So on my list of things, one of the things I really wanted was a pair of Victorian inspired boots. Didn't find those. They're going to stay on my list until I find them because I feel like they're going to be a staple. But I did find another pair of shoes. Hold on. Where are you? Okay, so these I don't think are very old. I think they're from Payless. I am at this point a 6.5. However, these are a 6 wide, which weirdly works. These, to me, the heel is not quite the right shape, but they look very 1940s in my opinion. I love the little detail here with the triangle. I like the color. And they fit me very well, are very comfortable with that low heel. And I think they will look very nice with a lot of the things I own. So I got these. These were $7. It's a little bit much for me for thrifted shoes, but they were very comfortable. And you know how it is when you're thrifting with someone else, they kind of talk you into things. Let's see. I got a couple of skirts. I found this one. I think skirts are $4 or $5, I can't remember. But this one is a brown skirt. It's got this gorgeous embroidery on here and a scalloped hem. This to me looked very reminiscent of those mori, I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese. I'll put it on the screen. Style, kind of fairy girl kind of things, earth tones. I also liked that it's sort of red antique embroidery, sort of, I don't know if it's Tudor, I'm not sure, but there is a time period, I'll put it on the screen if I can find it, that to me had a lot of this style of embroidery. It's very heavily stylized. I see some things I need to repair. It's a nice thing about knowing how to sew though, is you can fix just about anything. I need to put a new hook on it for the hook and eye. That's not a problem, I have those. This is originally an Ann Taylor Petites. And what are you made of, dear? It's 100% linen with polyester thread for the embroidery. So this is gonna be very lightweight. Even though it's a petite, where it falls on my body is actually pretty flattering. It falls, if I put it at my waist, the hem of it reaches just above my knee, barely. So I thought that was very cute. Other skirt I got, oops, sorry. The lady very smartly used the clothes I bought to wrap the glassware I got, so I have to unwrap things as I go. This is a Talbot skirt. It's a very full skirted denim skirt. Has inseam pockets, if I can find them. There they are. It has very large inseam pockets, which I was quite impressed by. And it is very soft but drapey. Let me find, I don't think they put what it's made of on the tag. It's a denim. I'm not sure if it's cotton denim. Oh, it's linen denim. Interesting. 100% linen. That explains why it's so crinkly. I do have to do a minor repair in a couple of spots. Where the pleats come together is starting to give. Whoever had this wore it when it was too small, which caused the seams to pop a little bit. But I really liked the fit of it. And this is one I could actually put a little petticoat or crinoline under if I wanted to, and it gave me that really 1950s poofy kind of skirt. I liked that one. Let me see. I think I have 2 more pieces of clothing. Sorry. Trying to avoid the glassware so I don't break anything. This is a dress. I was quite impressed by this one. This one had a green tag. Mine, every week, one of the colors is 40% off. So I got this dress at 40% off. And I thought this was just very mod. So like late 50s, early 60s kind of looking. I could picture Peggy off of Mad Men wearing that easily. This is seamed in. This is not an extra collar, which I kind of like because then I don't have to iron it. It's very stretchy. There's no closures, so it just goes on straight over your head. And I would kind of classify this as a double knit. It's very thick, but it's not itchy, which is nice. What are you made of? 95% cotton, 5% elastane. So it's a thick cotton jersey. And it's got belt loops. Personal opinion, I really hate it when dresses come with belt loops on them because my waist is never the spot that they want it. I have a longer torso, so where they think my waist should be is higher than where my waist actually is. So I'm going to take these belt loops off. I'm undecided on if I'll move them down and repurpose them or just take them off completely. But I like this dress. Dresses, I think, are $6 at my Goodwill, and then 40% off of that, whatever that would amount to. The last piece of clothing, this one was kind of an impulse. I saw it as I was coming back from the fitting room and decided to just grab it because I thought it was pretty. I could easily make this, but it's a nice brand. GH Bass & Co. Oh, did I tell you who made this dress? I'm sorry. Sunny Girl, whoever that is. The shirt is GH Bass & Co., which I've had some GH Bass shoes before, and they're very nice quality. My husband has a jacket from one of their outlet stores that's been going for a couple of years. Looks perfectly fine. So I like clothes from there because I think they're nice quality. This is 100% cotton, and it's a very lightweight little blouse with a bow and the polka dots I really liked. It's kind of a lilac-y chambray sort of color, and it was 40% off of $4, I think is what it was. I really liked this. It does look very modern as is, but if you tuck it into a skirt, I think it could very easily go for the style that I'm going for. I like that one. The last thing for my wardrobe particularly, I found a green handbag that I can wear crossbody, which I'm quite excited about. For those of you who do not have children, you would like to be hands-free with your bags usually when you have a child small enough that they need to be carried. My youngest is 9 months old, so I will have to carry him just about anywhere we go. So I like this one for the color. I don't have any bags this color. I don't actually have any other crossbodies in this size. Most of the ones I have that are crossbody, this is the one I carried today, is very large. So you can see the size difference. This gets very heavy. It's nice because when you're on trips, you can use it as an extra piece of luggage. And it also sort of serves as a diaper bag. You can fit clothes, you can fit bottles, you can fit anything you want in one that size. But now that he's more mobile, I would rather carry this one. So this one, it looks like it has a buckle closure. This is actually magnetic. And then it's got a large pouch on this side, not that side, and then a zipper pouch in the middle with a smaller zipper pouch. And then it's got this little emblem thing that says Michael Stevens International. Not sure who that is, but this to me sort of looked like a lady would carry this if she also had a hunting lodge. Looked like Jackie Kennedy a little bit to me, but it also sort of fits into my palette in colors that I like. I really like this shade of green, so I was excited to find it. The last four things, sorry, that I'm going to show you are completely unrelated to fashion, but I thrifted them, so I'm going to show you. I found this mug. I like mid-century mugs because of their weird handle. This one is not mid-century. It's larger and shaped funny. This is an IKEA mug. They do the mugs at my Goodwill 2 for $1. So I got this one for me. The other one I forgot to give to my sister-in-law before she left, but she picked out this one. It's very cute. This one is Australian Living, whoever that is. It's completely pink on the inside and it's pink on the outside. So I got both of those for $1. I need to make sure I get this to her. The other piece of glassware I got has been on my wish list for probably a year. Excuse me. There is not enough space in my fridge for full-size pitchers, and I've been wanting a vintage glass one for a while. This was $4 and I about squealed. They still make these. If you're interested in one, you can buy them secondhand or, you know, off of Amazon. They sell them. Amazon, I think they're about $26 new. If you get them off of Etsy, they're about the same, but they're vintage. This one I found for $4, sorry, $3.99. It has its lid, has minor chipping on the lip, but you're not drinking out of it, and it feels smooth enough that it's not going to mess with anything. I love it. I'm thinking, you know, orange juice or things of that nature. So that's gonna go in my fridge on one of the smaller shelves and will work great. The very last thing, this is a silly thing. I have celiac disease. For those of you who don't know what that is, I can't really eat stuff with gluten in it. It makes me very sick. It also, besides being physically repelled by food with gluten in it, meaning that, you know, you either have digestive problems or throw up, I take a hit to my immune system. It makes me very tired. I get chronic fatigue if I eat stuff that has gluten in it. Now, kind of a life hack for those people who have issues with gluten. Diet types of books typically have a lot of gluten-free recipes because people on diets are avoiding starches. So I saw this and I thought it was fun. This is completely empty. It's like a meal planning kind of journal, but it's got different, let me see if I can find one, kind of sprinkled throughout. They have recipes in here. Can't find one offhand, but they do have recipes kind of sprinkled through, and there's like little tips of things to eat and why you should eat them and how they help and that kind of thing. But I am trying to lose a little bit of weight, but not like an excessive amount. Here's one, but let me just make sure. Yeah, this one is a gluten-free recipe. It's just in there. I think I spent either 50 cents or $1 on this. I can't remember. But throughout the week, they give you different places to write down what you're planning to eat. They give you a space for calories or points if you feel like putting that in there. And they give you a space next to the food lines to put the calories if you feel like it. I just thought it would be kind of nice to have as far as like planning what you're going to eat and then writing down whether or not you ate them. And then you can see what foods you have left over, because I like trying to use up all my food before it goes bad. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. I like physically writing stuff down. I know they have apps for that, but I don't like storing information in my phone. I forget everything. Going on. I don't know whether to include a try-on or not for these things. I guess it couldn't hurt. I'm going to stop this portion here and maybe try some stuff on. We'll see. Okay, so I don't know how much of me you can see. I put the bag on my shoulder just so you could see it, see the length. I like that you can, you know, go crossbody with it and it's still not too short. I do have more links, so I can make it longer. Or links. Holes. There's more holes in this strap. Anyway, that's the purse. This is that little blouse. This is probably how I'd wear it. I'm thinking maybe with little suspenders over the top. And linen denim style skirt. Has pockets. Thought these were cute. I don't know if you can see my feet. These shoes are just very adorable. If you can't see them, I'll do a close-up of the shoes. Be right back. Okay. So here's the other skirt with the pretty embroidery on it. I paired it with, I made this top from a 70s pattern. This is a thrifted pearl necklace, the same earrings, and the same shoes. I just kind of wanted to show you the length of the skirt. I think it's very cute. I think this one needs a vest. Hold on.
Wait, Mom.
Hold on, Benny.
Okay.
Maybe not this color. Here's the dress. You can kind of see what I mean about the belt loops. My waist is not until here. The loops are here. So I'm thinking just remove them all together, then not worry about it. Really like this. Probably not with these shoes. I have some red patent flats I think would be better. But I like the detail. I think it's very cute. Be back in a minute. So these are the shoes. You can kind of see what I mean about them being 1940s. They've got those pretty leather details on them. I do think the heel is a bit more modern than 1940s would be. They look more 40s meets 80s, but they're more modern than that. They're not from the 80s. But I do like the tone against my skin. I'm very, very fair. And I think these look pretty nice. And they're very comfortable, so I could, in theory, like wear them just walking to the library or whatever, because they're not stilettos. And they're very stable because of the chunky heel, which I like. So yeah. I feel weird ending on a shot of my feet, so I just wanted to pop back on and say bye. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.